Hi everyone, Nigel Saunders here. I'm going to begin today's video with a bit of a story. I was at the Toronto Bonsai Society's fall show and sale, and there's a room off of the show area where club members put their purchases, and there's food in that and drinks. And I saw this pot on one of the shelves that someone, I guess, had bought, and I really liked it. I'll show you the pot. Here is the pot. So it's an old Chinese pot. It has flowers on the front and a dragonfly here. And I really like these pots. And the reason is that they're really old. It was originally from Kim's Nature on the east side of Toronto. And you can see the patina on it. It's got a few chips and the glaze is crackled, and they were inexpensive pots way back then. You can see the glaze is dripping, there's a chip there. But the pot is in really good shape, and it's a large pot. I have my Ficus in a very similar pot. I'll show you that. It's really warm out today, t-shirt weather, which is really nice at the end of October. So over here you can see the Ficus, and there's the pot I have. So it's got flowers and it has a little butterfly here. A very similar pot from the same maker and kiln. And the kiln is closed down, so you can't get these pots anymore. And it's nice if you have an old tropical tree to match it with an old sort of antique looking pot. And this is as close as I can get to an antique pot. So I really like them. They really suit, I think, the tropical trees. Over in this corner, I have my Ficus microcarpa, the one I call Fancy. And it's in a nice pot. It's a nice Japanese pot, but you can see the pot looks new. And the tree is quite old. And the two don't match. And that's why I like, these green pots. I like the color. I like the crackled glaze and the age on them. They really suit an old tropical tree. So I asked around all the other club members in the kitchen, does anyone know whose pot this is? And no one knew whose pot it was. So I kept asking, and finally someone said, oh yeah, I know whose pot that is. So I talked to the person, and they had just purchased it off another club member, and they were a little reluctant to sell it because, they wanted the pot also. But they said, well, Nigel, I know you have a lot of old tropicals, and they didn't really have a tree for the pot, so they sold it to me. And it wasn't really inexpensive. It cost me $150 for the pot, which, for a pot this size and that old, I think it's well worth it. It's a pot that you could display a tree in any size show, and it would look perfect. So I was really happy that the club member sold it to me, and I have a really nice pot now for an old ficus tree. Another possible choice for the pot is my very first bonsai, my Ficus microcarpa down here that I grew from seed. The one with the aerial roots that I cut off and are regrowing finer aerial roots. So that would be another tree that would look, really, really good in this pot, and it's like a perfect size for it too. So I was really happy to get it, so thank you for selling me this pot. It'll be a real treasure. Now these pots aren't frost hardy, they were never expensive pots, but one this size would cost a fair amount. I mean, large pots are never cheap. But for a tropical tree, it'll just be perfect. I was away all day yesterday. I went and visited Josh. He's the president of the Toronto Bonsai Society. And over the summer, I try and visit people, their backyards, see their trees, talk to the people. So Josh was nice enough to have me down for the day, and we just chit-chatted all afternoon. And Josh, he, of course, gave me a tree to take home. So thanks very much, Josh. I'll show you what it is. So here is the plant that Josh gave me. It is a Camellia japonica. It's a flowering plant, and you can see the flower buds on it. They're quite large. The Camellia japonica has larger leaves and bigger flowers
than some of the more dwarf varieties. So it has a very muscular looking trunk. You can see it down here, smooth with ridges. And it's a really good looking plant. The root base is a bit funny on this, so I'll have to do some work on it to get a nice radial root base. And it's a winter flowering shrub or plant. So these need a cool period in winter, but not below freezing. They're sort of a temperate tree. So it'll be really interesting to see the flowers. I'm not sure what color the flowers will be, but I've seen some plants that have big double red flowers that look like a rose. So they're quite spectacular plants. So I was really happy to get that. So thanks very much, Josh. That is very, very cool. I'm out on the street here, and there are some spectacular fall colors on the trees. So I thought today I'd have a look at my bonsai and see all the different colors, the autumn colors on my trees. I'll start over here with the larch forest. So you can see it's just starting to turn colors. The green goes to a bright yellow, and then the yellow kind of fades to a straw color, and then all the needles fall off the tree, so it's bare for the winter. So it's just starting to turn, this forest. You can see hints of the yellows in here. Yeah, it'll look really good in a few days. Over here is my Arakawa Japanese maple, my rough bark Japanese maple. And you can see the leaves have turned a nice bright red color. So yeah, you know, when this tree develops a nice canopy, it should look quite spectacular in fall. I'm looking forward to that. Over here I've got my London plane trees, or sycamore maples. And you can see they're getting some really nice colors on them. They get kind of yellows, oranges. Yeah, I think they'll look really good too. Down here is my Dawn redwood. So you can see it's changing colors to kind of a almost a reddish color, and they get beautiful fall colors too, these Dawn redwoods. There's my Arakawa maple backlit by the sun. Oh, that looks so, so nice. Over here are my royal oaks, and you can see the fall colors. They change to yellow, which is really nice because when the trunk gets rough, you get that dark, rough trunk with yellow colors on it. So again, you know, in the future when I get a nice canopy on these trees, it should look quite nice in fall. Down here is my ginkgo biloba, and these leaves are just starting to change, so they go to a really nice kind of butter yellow color, and the leaves tend to fall off all at once. So again, as this canopy gets bigger and fuller, it should look quite spectacular. Over here I have my American elm, and the leaves on the American elm turn a nice yellow color. And the tree looked quite nice for a while, and then it started losing all its leaves. But you know, someday I'll get a good crop of fall leaves and they'll change yellow all at once, and it should look quite nice. Over here is my trident maple, and you can see they get beautiful fall colors, reds, oranges, yellows. Yeah, they can look quite spectacular. I have cuttings off of this, and they're quite red. Let's go have a look at those. So here are the trident maple cuttings off of that tree. See, they're a beautiful red color. Very, very nice. My poplars down here also get a beautiful yellow color on the leaves. They're just starting to change. These leaves look a little spotty, but the color's there. My Osage orange forest here gets beautiful yellow colors on it. Looks quite spectacular. Beside that is my Amur maple, and wow, look at these colors. They're almost unreal. Yeah, again, you know, as this tree develops, it should look better and better in fall. Behind that is my sugar maples, and sugar maples are known for some really nice fall colors, and you can see hints of it here. Yeah, that's about all you can see, is hints of it, of the future to come. This tree over here that I don't know what it is, it has beautiful red leaves on it. Definitely a keeper just for the fall colors. Behind that is my catalpa tree. You can see the leaves are starting to change yellow on that. Looking good. Well, this one's got some orange leaves down here too. That looks really good. This is going to look good in fall someday as it develops. Here's my plantings of field maple seedlings, and you can see the nice yellow colors they get in fall. Really cool. My apple tree over here, it's got, you know, some reds, some dark colors, yellows. Yeah, and again, you know, as the canopy fills out, it should look better and better. Over here is my paperbark birch, and you can see the nice yellow fall colors they get. Beside that is my chickapin oak, and this had beautiful fall colors. Oranges, reds, really nice. But now the leaves have lost their color and they've just gone brown. And these leaves, most of the trees bare, but a lot of these oaks will keep their leaves all through the winter, which is kind of nice. Down here is my downy willow. It's got nice yellow fall colors on it. There's a few reds in here too, but not too many. My nightshade vine doesn't get spectacular colors, but you can see the leaves change yellow in fall. The willows over here, the leaves go yellow on those. And also over here is my small leaf linden, and the leaves go yellow on those in fall too. Down here I've got my pomegranate, and the leaves go a nice yellow color. Beside the pomegranate is my rose of Sharon, and you can see the nice yellow leaves that gets in fall. Really nice. The native red maples get really beautiful colors in fall. You can see the reds, yellows, greens all on the same leaf. Looks really good. Behind that is that flowering plant that I always forget the name of. It gets nice reddish colored leaves. Really cool. Here's another American elm down here with yellow leaves. Looking nice. Over here is my forsythia, and really nice fall colors on it. Yellows, reds. Yeah, I'm really pleased with that. Beside that is my Korean maple. Really good looking colors on it. The leaves don't look good, but some of them are ready to come off. But yeah, you can see the potential for beautiful fall colors on these Korean maples. Here's another pomegranate down here. My firethorn over here haven't shown any fall colors, but they do get nice fall berries on them. Red berries, which are pretty cool. My hawthorn over here, no change of color on it yet, but I think that'll come, and I think they'll be yellow. Here is my red maple penjing, and native red maples. And yeah, I think this has my best fall colors on this planting. They're really, really nice. I just love the deep reds over here. The yellows, oranges, just beautiful. In front of that is my Kentucky coffee tree seedling. And you can see the nice yellow colors on that. They look really nice too. Over here is my native black maple, and it had really nice fall colors on it. Just beautiful. But now they've all gone brown and they're starting to fall off. Beside that is my Siberian elm forest, and that had really nice colors. Yellows and orangey colors. But most of the leaves have fallen off that too. I've got my Sarissa outside again. I keep it outside until, you know, it starts getting cooler at night. And I keep it above, I try and keep it above 10 degrees Celsius. And you can see how much it's grown since the Toronto show. It's just shoots are coming out everywhere. So it's really liking this warm weather. No change of color on my Chinese privet, but these go really nice. They get nice yellowy leaves on them. So I imagine that'll change fairly soon. It's hanging on to its leaves this fall. My wisteria here, pretty well all the leaves have gone, you know, to their kind of yellowy colors and fallen off. They've fallen off. If you touch them, they just fall off. Yeah, so that's pretty well done for the year. Here's my wild thing. the cedar that I just prune once a year, trimming back the new shoots. And you can see on cedars, the leaves that don't make it get shaded out. They change a nice kind of orange color. And it can look quite attractive. It's quite interesting. And they fall off quite quickly. As soon as you touch them, they fall off. But yeah, it's some fall colors. In the greenhouse here, I have another flower coming on my lithop here, which is quite exciting. And it looks like it's a white flower. So I'm really pleased to see that. And I think I'll get maybe 2 from this plant. I'm not sure. So I've had yellow flowers. I think I had 1 pink flower and now a white one. So that's kind of exciting. Here is how Jones sleeps in his box. How's it going, Jonesy? Just take it easy there, eh? Just relax. Have a good sleep. Yeah, he sleeps on his back. It's really strange. Okay, bye-bye, Jonesy. In my plant room here, I have some flowers on my hibiscus, and they are so beautiful. Check that out. Beautiful yellow flower. Yeah, that's awesome. And there's lots more coming on it. Yesterday I had 3 out. Today I just have the 1, but there's a couple more buds to go on it. So yeah, it's kind of nice. Everything in the plant room is doing really well.
I find fall is a beautiful time to go take a walk and look at all the autumn colors. And if you grow trees from seeds, it's a great idea to pick the seeds off of trees that have nice fall colors. So if you see a tree that is like a brilliant red color or brilliant yellow or orange, try and collect the seeds off it, plant it, grow them into bonsai, and you know you'll have a tree with really nice fall colors. So today was a bit of a story time and a look at my bonsai fall colors, which aren't very spectacular because the trees are very underdeveloped still. But it's a glimpse of what the trees could look like in the future. So that's all for today. I'm Nigel Saunders. Thanks for joining me in the Bonsai Zone.